Let's talk about the philosophy of good mental health. Human life begins and ends in the mind. Every decision, every feeling, every movement you make is filtered through that 3-pound organ between your ears. It is the control room of your entire existence. Yet most people spend more time maintaining their phones than maintaining their own thoughts. Good mental health is not luck. It is a practiced discipline, an ongoing process of thinking clearly, managing your emotions, and staying well aligned with reality. The foundation of mental health begins with conscious awareness. If you cannot observe your own thoughts, you will become a prisoner of them. The mind constantly talks, interpreting, judging, remembering, imagining. And without your conscious awareness, that mindless chatter becomes your reality, a complete mess. The ability to step back, observe your thoughts without instantly attaching to them and believing them is the cornerstone of all mental stability. It's not mysticism. It's a cognitive skill proven by neuroscience and centuries of philosophy. The Greeks called it reason. Buddhists called it mindfulness. Psychology calls it metacognition or metaphysics. It is the same skill, known by different names. Knowing what is happening inside you as it happens. From conscious awareness comes self-honesty. Mental health collapses when truth is replaced by your comfort. You cannot improve what you refuse to see. People hide from the truth because it threatens the identity they've built, their internal perceived stories about themselves, of what they tell about who they are, why things are the way they are. But the moment you are real with yourself and you tell yourself the truth, even if it's discomfort, you regain all your power back. Living in a delusional life where you tell yourself fantasies just to make yourself feel good may feel safe, but it kills your personal growth. Reality is tough, but it's the only thing that can be shaped, and it can be cultivated with your own internal truthful thoughts. Responsibility follows. Once you see clearly, you realize that no one else can live your life for you. You didn't choose your genetics, your upbringing, your innate impulses, but you do choose how you respond to the external environment. That gap between stimulus and your response is where your freedom exists. Good mental health is not about controlling every external event. It's about controlling your participation in how you respond to that event. Life will hand you stress almost every day. Rejection, fatigue, loss. These are not malfunctions or anything to be upset about. They are part of the human existence. Your job is to navigate them without collapsing into self-pity, self-loathing, or denial that they actually occurred. It is to accept them and embrace them as part of the human experience and move forward with personal growth. To do that, you need stability through routine. Structure creates predictability, and predictability calms your central nervous system. Wake at a consistent hour. Go to bed at the same time. Wake up at the same time. Move your body every day. An hour of walk will completely transform your thought patterns. Feed your mind properly. Sleep deeply. Modern psychiatry, neurobiology, and ancient wisdom all agree. The rhythm of your body regulates the rhythm of your mind. They are both in sync with one another. When you neglect the physical, you sabotage the psychological. A chaotic lifestyle breeds a chaotic mind. So learn to live within sync with your body and your mind. Equally vital is discipline of thought. the brain's default state is mindless chatter. If it's left untrained, it loops on fear, resentment, comparison, and self-criticism. This is commonly known as rumination, the uncontrollable prevention of ruminating thoughts. Every era of philosophy has warned against this type of rumination. From Epictetus' discipline of assent to cognitive behavioral therapy's challenge of automatic thoughts, again known as rumination. The task is to separate facts from our internal stories. The fact might be, for example, I lose my job. The story I may tell myself, I'm worthless, I can't do that, I deserve better. The first is neutral. I lost my job, that's a fact. The second is my interpretation. Could you interpret it another way? That job wasn't suitable, I'm going to find something more suitable. I'm now looking forward to the next. Moving forward with a positive attitude rather than getting caught up in ruminating negative thoughts. Mental strength grows when you stop letting your interpretations masquerade as truth and distort our actual reality. This also means rejecting the myth of constant happiness. The human nervous system was not designed for perpetual pleasure. It evolved to survive, to adapt, to solve problems, not to live in an uninterrupted state of joy. Chasing happiness as a permanent state is a recipe for misery. Instead, cultivate personal meaning. Meaning comes from progress, contribution, mastery, and connection, all of which require effort, discomfort at times, and mindful clarity. Good mental health is not the absence of struggles, it's the capacity to struggle well. The foundation of the mind is also social. Humans are not built for isolation. Every psychological model from Maslow to modern attachment theory confirms that connection is essential. Loneliness distorts perception and fuels internal self-loathing, creating depression. But not all company is nourishment. Choose people who challenge you, stimulate your thoughts, but maintains reality. Not those who enable your worst thought patterns. You become like the minds you spend time with. Protect your environment just as much as you protect your thoughts. Don't let other people infect your internal thought patterns. The final piece of the foundation is integrity. The mind deteriorates when you act against what you perceive are your own values. It's commonly known as cognitive dissonance. When you say one thing and you do another, this tears away at your own self-respect. When your actions align with what you believe is true, the mind quiets down, relaxes, spends less energy, and is what we commonly known as feeling comfortable. Integrity is not moral perfection. It's consistency. It's choosing honesty over convenience. It may be convenient to agree with someone and infect your mind with someone else's thought patterns that you may not agree with. But you have to be honest with yourself. And there's nothing wrong with being honest with your internal thoughts and externalizing those honest thoughts. And then you enter the era over thousands of years of development known as democracy, where you can have a conversation and you can debate ideas and you can walk away not having to believe each other's ideas, but you just have opposing opinions. Long-term stability over short-term escape. You can fool everyone else, but your nervous system will always know that your behavior is out of alignment with your internal values. And that, again, is where we get cognitive dissonance from. So, conscious awareness, honesty, responsibility, routine, disciplined thinking, realistic expectations, healthy connections, and integrity are not motivational slogans. They are the structural supports of a functioning, healthy mind. Build them with intention. You will not escape pain or uncertainty, but you will face all challenging events with clarity and mental strength. Everything that follows has a subsequent emotional regulation, resilience, focus, fulfillment. It all depends on the above mentioned foundation. The world can shake, but if the mind remains steady, life remains clear. Thanks for listening. Subscribe if you get value out of these. We'll be uploading many, many more. Have a good day.